You think you know Medusa, but what if I told you she wasn't the villain? And what if I told you she wasn't alone? Welcome, myth hunters and legend seekers, to another epic descent into the shadows of forgotten lore. This is Myth or Real, the channel where ancient stories come alive, monsters breathe again, and legends walk beside us. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out more than you know, and it doesn't cost you a thing. Got a favorite character? Kings, warriors, demons, angels, or ancient beasts? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's step into the mists of ancient Greece, to a time when beauty could kill and a single gaze could end your story. Today, we reveal the untold truth of the Gorgons. Once upon a time, long before mortals carved cities into the marble cliffs of Greece, there lived three sisters, Stheno, Euryale, and Medusa, born of the primordial sea deities Phorcys and Ceto, the Gorgons. But here's the twist. Not all were monsters at the start. Contrary to what most believe, Medusa was originally a stunning mortal, a priestess of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Her beauty was said to rival even that of the gods. Mortals worshipped her. Poets sang about her hair like rivers of night and eyes that shimmered with starlight. But beauty, in Greek myths, is often a curse. One fateful day, Poseidon, god of the sea and chaos, was overtaken by desire. He defiled Medusa in Athena's temple, an unthinkable violation. And instead of punishing Poseidon, Athena turned her wrath upon Medusa, transforming her into a creature of nightmares. Her once flowing hair twisted into venomous serpents. Her gaze became so powerful it turned all who looked into her eyes to stone. Why did Athena curse her own priestess? Some say it was jealousy. Others claim divine law demanded punishment for desecrating her temple. Or was it fear of the mortals' growing worship? This moment birthed the Gorgon myth we know today. But there's more. So much more. The Gorgon sisters, immortality and double rich. While Medusa was the only mortal among the three, her sisters Stheno and Euryale were immortal and arguably more terrifying. Stheno, the strongest of the three, was a frenzy of violence, said to have killed more men than any other monster of the age. Euryale was known for her inescapable shriek, a cry so sorrowful and sharp it pierced through the minds of heroes like a blade. Most people only remember Medusa, but in truth, the Gorgons were a trio of vengeance, manifestations of divine punishment, feminine fury, and the ancient world's fear of unbridled power. Together, they withdrew to the edge of the world, to a dark, windswept island called Sarpedon, a place that no man dared tread. There, they watched the world, cursed, exiled, and feared. Years passed. And then came Perseus. He wasn't just any mortal. He was the son of Zeus, raised by fishermen, and chosen by fate to slay the impossible. Sent on a suicide mission by a cruel king, Perseus was tasked with retrieving Medusa's head, a gift for a wedding, if you can believe it, but the gods themselves interfered. Athena, perhaps seeking redemption, perhaps control, gave Perseus a mirror-polished shield so he wouldn't have to look Medusa in the eyes. Hermes gave him a sickle-like blade, and the Hesperides, nymphs of the evening, revealed the location of the Gorgons. The hero approached the island under cover of night. As Medusa slept, her sisters prowled nearby. In a moment of divine silence, Perseus crept forward, eyes on the shield's reflection, and with a swift stroke, severed Medusa's head. But death was not the end as Medusa's blood spilled onto the earth. Two beings were born, creatures that would echo through history. Pegasus, the winged horse, symbol of inspiration and freedom. Chrysaor, a golden warrior, silent and wrathful, whose story remains largely lost to time. Some say these were her children with Poseidon, divine offspring of beauty and violence. Others whisper they were fragments of her soul, escaping the curse. Perseus escaped the island with the head sealed in a bag. Stheno and Euryale screamed in eternal rage, unable to die, unable to avenge that Medusa's head, even in death, retained its power. With it, Perseus turned enemies to stone, rescued Andromeda, and defeated the tyrant king who sent him on this quest. Eventually, he gave the head to Athena, who placed it on her aegis, her legendary shield, a symbol of fear and divine authority. But what justice is that? To punish, then use? To destroy, then wear like a trophy? Now here's where things get interesting and lesser known. Before she was demonized, Medusa was a symbol of protection. In ancient Greece, the Gorgonian, the head of Medusa, was carved onto shields, doors, temples, and armor to ward off evil. She became a guardian, not just a monster. Her image wasn't one of terror alone, but of feminine power, boundary setting, and divine energy. Some historians believe the original Gorgon myth was pre-Greek, tied to female deities of fertility and death, misunderstood and repackaged by patriarchal systems. Over centuries, Medusa transformed again, from monster to victim to icon in modern times. She's been reinterpreted as a symbol of trauma, resilience, and righteous anger. Artists, feminists, and writers see her not as a villain, but a survivor of divine injustice, whose gaze was her only defense. So, was Medusa a monster or a mirror of our fears? Were the Gorgons demons or divine warnings of what happens when power is abused? Were they real or just symbols buried in time? This has been Myth or Real, and now it's your turn. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the tale, and smash that subscribe so you never miss an ancient secret uncovered. Drop a comment below. Who's your favorite mythological character? A king, a warrior, a demon, or maybe a creature like Medusa? I read everyone. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and never look a legend in the eye.